Okay. So, what's your name?
Tori.
Tori. And what's your height?
I'm about 5'6.5".
5'6.5". And your weight?
225.
225. Okay, good. So my name is Sarah, and pretty much today, what am I going to do is do a 24-hour recall. So I'm just going to ask you just some general questions about what you ate in the last 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay. So starting off. Okay. So starting off with your first meal, what did you have?
So my first meal, I had turkey sausage
Mm-hmm.
with bell pepper and onions,
Okay.
and then I had 2 slices of wheat toast
Okay.
with a half of avocado spread on top.
Okay. And then your next meal was?
My next meal was a Togo sandwich,
Okay.
and one side was chicken and the other was turkey.
Okay.
It had mayo on it and
Mm-hmm.
lettuce and onions.
Okay. And then after that, what did you have?
Um, I believe that I had an orange
Okay.
as a snack.
An orange. And after that?
Um, then I came home and I had another snack, which was strawberries.
Okay.
And after strawberries, I had spaghetti
Okay.
with ground turkey.
Spaghetti with ground turkey. Okay. And then anything else after that?
Yeah, and then I had an Oreo milkshake
Mm-hmm.
and a cheeseburger.
Okay, a cheeseburger. And was that made at home or?
No, I got it at Jack in the Box.
Okay, so you
Oreo
got.
milkshake and a cheeseburger.
Okay, both of them. Good. And anything after that?
No.
Okay, so that was your last meal. Okay, so just going through what I reviewed, you for your first meal you had turkey sausage with bell pepper, onion, 2 slices of wheat bread, and one half of avocado. Did you have anything to drink with this meal?
Yeah, I
Anything?
had a cup of orange juice.
Okay, 1 cup of orange juice, and anything added to the bread, or was it just bread and avocado?
Oh, actually had margarine on it too.
Okay, margarine. Okay, and just the cup and then the margarine as well. Okay, and for your next meal, you had a Togo sandwich, which was one half chicken, another half turkey. You said you had mayo, lettuce, and
Onion.
onions on there. Anything else with that meal? Anything to drink?
I had water.
Okay, just water. That's good. And so the next meal or snack was an orange, and then you also had as another snack strawberries as well.
Yes.
Okay, anything with those?
No.
Okay, and
Just water.
Just water. Okay, another serving of water. And then you had spaghetti with ground turkey.
Yeah, I also had thin wheat noodles.
Okay, the noodles were thin wheat. Okay, and yeah, that was that. And did you have anything with that meal? Anything to drink?
Just water.
Just water. Okay, and again, you had the Oreo milkshake with cheeseburger, and that was from Jack in the Box. Okay, anything with that meal? Any like topping on the Oreo milkshake?
Whipped cream.
Okay, whipped cream. All right. So, and that was pretty much everything. Okay, so starting with your first meal when you had the turkey sausage meal, what time was that around?
About 10 in the morning.
Okay, 10 a.m. And that was considered your first meal?
Yes.
Okay. And then after that, you had the Togo sandwich with water. And about what time did you have that?
About 1:30.
Okay, 1:30. And when you had your orange for a snack,
like 3:30.
3:30. Okay, so the 10 a.m. would you consider that breakfast?
Yes.
And then the 1:30 you would consider that lunch as well.
Yes.
And then the orange with the strawberries would be
snack.
Snack. Okay. And what time did you have the strawberry snack?
like 6:30.
Okay.
Yeah, in between that, I was at the gym.
Okay, so you went to the gym. Okay, and then when you came back, you had spaghetti. Um, about what time?
Like 7.
Okay, and would you consider this to be dinner time?
Yes.
Okay. And then when you had the Oreo milkshake and the burger, what time was this at?
About midnight.
Okay, midnight. So just like a little midnight snack. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so I'm just gonna get some extra details about like the food, like the sizing and how much you ate, and so on and so forth. So feel free to use anything here for size reference. Starting off again with the turkey sausage and the bell pepper. Let's start off with the bread. What size bread?
It's about this size.
Okay. So about like 4 inches long and wide. Okay. About regular size bread. And this was wheat as well. And then what size was the avocado?
It was about this size.
Okay.
And I had a half of it.
Okay, so about half of that's maybe half of 3 ounces. And then when you had the margarine on it, was it tablespoon, teaspoon?
I'd say about a teaspoon.
A teaspoon. Okay. Teaspoon. Okay, and then for the bell peppers and onions, using this as a reference, this is about a cup. How much do you feel that you had of the onions and bell peppers?
Probably
Was it 4?
right there.
Right here. So about a fourth
Yes.
of both bell pepper. Okay. And onion. So for your Togo sandwich, was this on a sub? Was this on 2 slices of bread?
It was on a sub.
Okay, so sub. Do you know like how long?
6 inch.
Okay, that's just a standard 6-inch sub. And this is also on wheat bread. You had mayo.
Yes.
Do you know how much they may have put?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to size.
Yeah, because they made it.
Okay. So, and that was pretty much it. And then you also had the water with that as well. How much water do you think it was?
16 ounces.
Okay, 16 ounces of water. Okay, good. And you had an orange. Do you know what size orange it may be? Was it like this? Was it a big orange like this?
It was about this size.
Okay.
Orange. Okay.
I'll say about 3 ounces. Good. And then the spaghetti. What size bowl do you think?
That size bowl.
So this size. Okay. And did you just have one serving of it?
No, I had 3.
Okay, 3 servings. Okay. Good. And the Oreo milkshake. Oh no, excuse me. How much strawberries did you have? Do you know?
About 5 to 6.
5 to 6 strawberries. Were they like big size, small size, like regular size strawberries?
Regular.
And the Oreo milkshake. What cup size do you think? Was it 8 fluid ounces, 16 fluid ounces, a little bit less? About 4.
I'd say about 8.
About 8? Okay. 8. And for the cheeseburger, what size do you think was the patty? You think, like, well, let's start with the thickness. Do you think it's as thick as this?
No, it was a little bit thinner than that.
Okay, a little thinner.
I'd probably say about the thickness of this.
Okay. And do you know, like, the size? Like, maybe 4 inches, 3 inches, or a little bit bigger?
About 4.
About 4 inches, right? Okay. So what is this size? And anything else that was on this burger besides the cheese?
Lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
And onion.
Okay, lettuce and onions. Okay, sounds good. So I believe I got all the details. So I'm just gonna go back and just read back to you what was allotted to me. So your first meal of the day, which was around 10 a.m., was turkey sausage, You had about 1/4 cup of bell peppers and 1/4 cup of onions with it, 2 slices of wheat bread, and a 1/2 avocado. And then at 1:30, oh excuse me, and then you also had orange juice with it, 8 ounces, and then you also had margarine on top of the bread as well. And then okay, so for the Togo sandwich, you had 1/2 chicken, 1/2 turkey. You also had lettuce and onions on it. It was a 6-inch sub,
Yes.
standard size, and you had 16 ounces of water with that meal. And this was at again 1:30,
Yes.
and then you had another snack at 3:30, which was an orange. And then later on, you also had a serving of strawberries, 5 to 6 strawberries at 6:30.
Yes.
And then after that, you went to the gym.
No, I went to the gym in between the orange and the
Oh,
strawberry.
okay.
Like the orange was my pre-gym snack.
Okay.
So I
And
didn't
then
have
you
that.
went to the gym, and then you had the strawberries. And how long were you at the gym?
I worked out for about 45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes. And would you say was this cardio, weight training, or mix of both?
Cardio and weight training.
Okay. Good. And then after you came back from the gym, you had spaghetti. How much spaghetti do you think that you have just by itself? Was it maybe like this much spaghetti?
Like this much.
Okay. And you're in reference of the bowl, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the bowl wasn't full.
Okay. So pretty much like this size bowl, and then you just had like a few of these, pretty much. And did you have like any sauce with it? Like what kind of sauce did
I
you
had
use?
Parmesan.
You had Parmesan?
Not Parmesan sauce. I forgot to tell you about that topping.
Mhm.
I had used ragu.
Okay, ragu. And how much of the ragu did you think? How many cups, if you had to guesstimate, or did you use the whole jar?
I used the whole jar, but I cooked it in the beginning of the week, so there were leftovers.
Okay.
So I didn't have the whole jar. It was like
Yeah. Just the serving size of that. Okay. And then that was also thin wheat noodles, and you had it with ground turkey. Do you know how much ground turkey you may have added to it?
I think it was I'm trying to think, maybe it was an 8-ounce pack. You know, like the standard pack that you buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know exactly
How much?
That is.
Okay. So you probably, if you use the whole thing in an 8 ounce in your whole thing, you probably had 2 ounces or 3 ounces
Yeah, that makes sense.
in each bowl. Okay. Sounds good. And then you had the Oreo milkshake, which was 8 ounces with whipped cream. And then you had cheeseburger from Jack in the Box with lettuce. Was it lettuce and onion? Okay. And that was your last meal, and that was at 12 a.m.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for participating, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, no problem.